Alright lads, how you doing? Welcome back to Baggy TV. Welcome back to Q&A Sunday. If this is your first time on this channel, this is a Chelsea fan channel dedicated to all that is Chelsea. In today's video we're going to be addressing some of the questions that you guys have posted to me and try to answer them as honestly and as accurately as possible. Before we jump in lads, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, comment and share the video. Appreciate that. Let's jump in. First question is from HDN19. Would you like us to move into a new stadium in the future, or would you rather have Stamford Bridge expanded? I would like to see us stay at Stamford Bridge, the same ground, just have it expanded, have it refurbished to meet the needs of the club, purely for the historical factor. And the connection we have with that place and that location is great. Moving elsewhere will not have the same feel about it. And we've seen it. A lot of clubs move grounds and they lose that connection. So me personally, I would like to see us stay at Stamford Bridge and just expand it. And there was plans to do that in the past. It just didn't go through for financial reasons. So hopefully it will happen in the future. That's how I see it. So we have a question by Hajar Abed, a very good subscriber, a long time subscriber for the channel. Do you really want Kepa to stay? Yes, I do. I do want Kepa to stay. I want to see the investment that we've made in the man pay off. I believe he has a lot of potential and he will do it. I believe given the right environment, right chances, Kepa will pay us back for the money we invested in him. And I think selling him or sending him out on loan at this point in time will not really benefit us. So I do want to see Kepa stay. Good question, thank you. A question by Adrian Demondo, and he's asking, why are Chelsea interested in other wingers and not buy back Jeremy Borgia? They're interested in other wingers because they want to improve that position. We have two wingers on the way out, and we need to bring some wingers in. You know that, and they're trying to keep their options open in regards to who to buy or to sign. And there's nothing to suggest that Jeremy Borgia is not on their radar. We know Chelsea do a lot of their work quietly and behind the scenes, so no players can be transferred to Chelsea right now. Okay, it will have to be in the transfer window. I mean, agreements can be reached and contracts can be signed and whatnot, but announcing them, declaring them, is not the norm. Now, what happened with Hakim Ziyech, with us signing him after the transfer window closed and announcing it, that was all media. Chelsea did that for the media side of it. Chelsea announced that because they wanted us fans to calm down a little bit. Because do you remember what happened after the January transfer window when we didn't sign no one? Everyone got mad. Everyone got upset, and the club did that. They announced the Hakim Ziyech signing to bring everyone back down again. Relax, chill out lads, we've got a new player, he's coming in, Hakim Ziyech, blah 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 blah. And everyone took a deep breath and we all relaxed, you understand? And that is why Jeremy Borgia may be on the cards, and he should be on the cards, to be honest, because of his price tag and what he can offer us. So there's no reason to suggest that Chelsea is not looking to bring Jeremy Borgia back in. It's just not in the media right now. So it may happen, it may not happen, depending on what Chelsea depending on what Chelsea see as being the right option. So that's where we are with that. Question by Hamza RM5, and he's asking, who are your top 5 Chelsea managers, and who are our top 5 underrated players? My top 5 Chelsea managers. not in any particular order. I will name you 5 managers that I rate the highest. All these 5 managers, they've all won titles for Chelsea. Titles, cups, whatnot. I'm going to start with Gianluca Vialli. He's won a ton. He didn't win the league, but he won a ton in regards to cups. A great player manager, a great player for Chelsea. And for those of you who are too young to remember him, go check him out. Go check out his old videos and the way he used to play, and read up about him. He was a very, very good manager. Most of these managers are Italian that I'm going to be choosing. Yeah, it's weird. Ancelotti, Carlo Ancelotti, is a very good manager and a good servant to Chelsea. He should not have been sacked the way he was sacked. Roberto Di Matteo, he was there for a very short period of time. But he also won titles. We all know that he won the Champions League in 2012, but he also won the FA Cup that year. He was there for a very short period of time. But if you watched my last Q&A, you know how I feel about Di Matteo. So that's 3. And another Italian, believe it or not, that a lot of you would disagree with. But for me, he was a very good manager, and especially the first season that he was in the club, and the way that he inspired everyone to perform the way they performed. It's Conte. Conte is my 4th choice manager, and all this stuff about Sarri and bringing Sarri in to take Conte out, I wasn't up for that. So yeah, Conte. And then last but not least, non-Italian manager, controversial, but it has to be Jose Mourinho. He did the most. He is the most successful manager in the history of Chelsea, and he has done a great deal for Chelsea, and for that all Chelsea fans are indebted to what he did back then. But what he's doing right now, and where he is right now, I just can't believe it, man. I mean, it was bad enough for him to go to Man United, but then go to Tottenham. So that's my top 5 managers. Underrated players. 5 most underrated players. I'm just going to mention 5 players that I think a lot of us have not given the credit to them, in regards to remembering them and remembering how good they were. Gus Poyet, Graham Lasso, Frank Leboeuf, Tore Andrea Flo. How many is that? Is that 4? And Eidur Johnson. So very good players. Are not given enough credit. We're all talking about the big names, but we seem to have forgotten those guys. So we have a question from Adam Hughes, and he's asking the following: which is your favorite club from Spain, Italy, Germany, France? Spain, Italy, Germany, and France. Okay, so from Spain, Real Madrid. From Italy, Juventus. And there's a connection here. I'm not supporting Real Madrid for Real Madrid or Juventus for Juventus' sake. No, I was a big fan of Zinedine Zidane. Big fan. And when he played for Real Madrid, that's when I became a fan of Real Madrid. So I supported Real Madrid because of Zidane. And again, it's the same situation for Juventus. But with Juventus, with Juventus, Del Piero, Trezeguet, Nedved, Inzaghi, and Zidane. That kind of group really got me interested in Juventus, and that's why I supported Juventus, Real Madrid. Now in Germany, Bayern Munich. I'm a big fan of Bayern Munich when it comes to the German league, and it isn't because they're the best team in Bayern Munich. It's because of Iron Robben, and he moved to Bayern Munich, and I was a big fan of Iron Robben when he was at Chelsea, and when he moved to Bayern Munich, again, I kind of followed him and Bayern Munich in that way. Now, in regards to France, Paris Saint-Germain, and again, it isn't because they're the best team, it's just because I lived in Paris for a little while, and you know, they were the team to watch at the time, and that's why it's Paris Saint-Germain. Thanks for the question, mate, appreciate it. A question by Pride of London, and he's asking, what is your starting 11 for next season? Ziyech included, but no other signings. Okay, so I guess he's seen my potential lineup video, and I had a lot of potential signings. So from current squad, including Ziyech, I will go with a 4-3-3 formation, and I would have Kepa in goal, Reece James right, Marcus Alonso on the left. I know it should be Emerson maybe, but I'd go with Alonso. In the centre, I would have Tomori and Zuma. In midfield, Kova, Kante. You know, if they're fit. Just ahead of them, I would play Loftus-Cheek again if he's fit. And my front three would be Ziyech, Abraham, and Pulisic. Easy, mate. All right, cheers. Let's go. Next question. And we have a question by Blue Me. So we have a question by Blue Me, and the question is, do you think Ziyech can really cut it in the Prem? Just want to give a shout out to Blue Me, a very good subscriber. One of the first subscribers to the channel, so I appreciate you, Blue Me. Do I think Ziyech can cut it in the Prem? Yes, definitely. And I know why you're asking that question, because there's a lot of talk about people coming in from the Eredivisie are not able to cut it in the Prem because of the different level of the competition. I agree. That does happen sometimes, but the Premier League is a very technical league and a very strong league. And Ziyech is a very technical player and does have a lot of strengths. Physically, he may not be as bulked. Physically, he may not be there yet, but we do have smaller players in the Prem. His technique, his skill, his passing range, I think he would be a good asset to Chelsea, and I think he will definitely cut it in the Premier League. There's builders next door. I'm not sure. There's builders next door, and it's a little bit noisy. I'm sorry, but it's even noisier in the house. So bear with me, guys. Okay, so we have a question from Harry, a very, very good question, and it's one of these questions that I've been thinking about quite a lot. And he's asking me this: rank these title-winning teams from best to worst. Now, these teams are Chelsea, the 04-05 team; Man City, the 17-18 team; Man United, the 99 squad, 1999 squad; and Arsenal, the 03-04 team, the Invincibles. The Chelsea 04-05 team, that was a very, very good team. The way they performed and the way they won the title that season, it was special. that was special. Did you know that they had 25 clean sheets in that season? They also won 29 games that season. They only lost one game. Guys, I'm going to continue the rest of this video in a different location because it's just too noisy with the builders next door. So just bear with me. Okay, so we're back in the car. Sorry about that, lads. Just noisy neighbours. I'm not sure why they have builders in their house right now, but it is what it is. So yeah, we're going to continue with Harry's question, and I think I mentioned before we got cut off the Chelsea team of 04-05 and how good a season they had when they won the title, and how good a team they had when they won the title, because that team was really competing against the Arsenal squad of 03-04, the Invincibles, and no doubt Arsenal had a great team back then, and so did Chelsea. So for me, and I'm trying to be as fair as I can here, those two teams stand out. The Man United team of 1999, with the likes of, I believe it was Beckham, Scholes, Keane. I'm not sure Cantona was still in the team then. And the Neville brothers. You know, that was a very, very good team. Very, very good team. And for me, that also ranks up there with some of the best teams in the history of the Premier League. Now, that Man City team is a very good team, no doubt. When you compare it to those teams, to be honest, I just don't see it as of the same caliber. I know the likes of Aguero, De Bruyne, and David Silva and whatnot. They have a very strong team, but I don't think it compares to those teams in that caliber. So for me, it would be Chelsea top, followed by Arsenal, Man United, and then Man City would be the fourth team. Yeah, that's how I would rank it. And Harry, that's a very good question, mate, and I really appreciate it, and it got me thinking a lot before I could come to that conclusion. I know some of you would disagree in regards to the way I ranked them, but it's just the way I see it. So appreciate that, Harry. Nice question, mate. A question by Adrian Demundo again. By the way, Adrian Demundo is a very good subscriber, a very good fan of the channel, and he was late to the party when it comes to submitting his questions. So he asked if he can submit a question. I said, yeah, go ahead, mate. But he submitted like 10, so I'm not going to answer all of them, Adrian. I'm going to give you as many as I can. So I appreciate your questions anyway. So Adrian Demundo, do you see Armando Borgia as the next young good striker for Chelsea? To be fair, I don't know. Because I haven't really seen Armando play all that much. Now, if there's people out there who've seen him play, who've watched him, who know more about Armando Borgia than me, they can give you a better answer. Me personally, I haven't seen all that much of the man. I've read about him, I've seen his stats and whatnot, but I couldn't tell you, mate. I really don't know. Naturally, I hope so, but will it be? I don't know. I really don't know, and I wish I could give you a better answer than that, but I just can't. I don't have an answer. But you know what I'll do? I'll answer your next question, and that's: do you see Mertens as an upgrade to Pedro? And that I can answer, and that I will say yes, definitely. Mertens provides different aspects than what Pedro was providing, and I think Mertens is a little bit more technical and a little bit more critical when it comes to scoring goals. Pedro scores from bangers, no doubt, but I think Mertens is a little bit more technical and is a better finisher, in my opinion. So yeah, he's definitely an upgrade on Pedro. We have a question by Patrick O'Brien, and he's asking, future captain. Very good question. Very good question. It depends on how far in the future we're looking. If we're looking, in the near future, I would like to see Loftus-Cheek wear that armband. And I think if he is given enough time and he is able to stay away from injuries, he will get that. He will earn that. I think he's got a good head on his shoulders, and he can be a leader for Chelsea. So Loftus-Cheek is my answer, mate. Near future, yeah. Well, that's the questions. That's all the questions, lads. If you guys want me to continue doing these Q&As, make sure you hit the like button. The Q&A videos are not getting a lot of views in comparison to other videos that I'm making, but I know a lot of the subscribers like him, and that's why I'm doing them and I'm making them. So please show your support for these videos by clicking the like button. I'd appreciate that. Thanks for watching the video to the end. I appreciate you for being here. I wish you a pleasant and safe day. Peace out.